a beautiful day. Beginning of the year, January 5th today. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so I'm going to be driving my car for the first time to work in over a week. It wasn't too long that it was down, but I got lucky with the weather. It only rained on me just slightly. So I fixed my matrix. It turned out to be a bad solenoid, so I replaced the whole starter. It took about 20 minutes, 20-30 minutes. It was awesome. That was one of the easiest starter jobs I've ever done. Pretty good engineering on that little car. Got it fixed, but sadly found out it needs a radiator, a water pump, and a bunch of other stuff. So it's going to be a mass matrix fixing. Good news is my boyfriend got a FZ-09 last night, a used one. And thankfully, looks like it's in pretty good shape. And wow, oh my gosh, talk about soft suspension. Hopefully I'll be able to do a review on the FZ-09 versus the Duke. They're very similar and they're very different. The FZ-09, just initial impressions, way heavier than the Duke, heavier feeling. The power, it's got a lot more power. At least it's got more power. It is a triple, pretty good sized triple versus the 690 single cylinder. The FZ-09 has a lot less vibration than the Duke 690. That's not really something that bothers me. It is more comfortable to have less vibration. So if you're into that, yeah, the FZ-09 has more power, less vibration, a lot smoother, more weight. So some people, if you're a bigger person, maybe if you're like real tall, the FZ-09 seat's kind of weirdly sloped. I've heard a couple reviewers talk about that. It does have kind of a weird angle, so if you're tall, you may be sitting on that slope instead of more up towards the tank. So that's a little odd. The seat is comfortable. It's fairly squishy. I'd say the Duke seat is better overall, but both have comfortable seating positions. The Duke is more like a dirt bike, and the FZ-09 is more like a sport bike or just a regular street bike. It's heavier, smoother. Reminds me a lot of a sport bike, except for the sitting position, obviously. It's got good power, interesting sound. The triple's an interesting engine design versus the single cylinder. Really isn't a whole lot to it. I'd say the FZ-09 has more creature comforts than the Duke, but the Duke is more fun. That's just initial impressions. I have way more time on the Duke than I do the FZ-09. The FZ-09's cheaper, I think, than you can get a Duke off the showroom floor. But you got that KTM-ness with the Duke. Oh, speaking of that, the transmission on the FZ-09, talk about, you know when you're in gear. I like that transmission a lot more than the Duke's. The Duke's obviously it's still breaking in. It only has about less than 300 miles on it so far. The FZ-09 has over 3,000, so it's well broken in. So I have to give it to that, but man, you put it in gear, you know what gear you're in, you know you made it in gear. This one, it does get into gear, but sometimes it's a little vague, which I'm not too much of a fan of, but I'm giving it the benefit of doubt. It needs to break in. I need to go through the gears, shift gears quite often, stuff like that. I understand it's a new machine, but this is all initial impressions. Nothing set in stone. Things could change, opinions could change. I'd like to get on the FZ-09, ride to work, do a little review on it, like the initial impressions review. I need to do a new review on the Duke, since I've gotten used to some things, and other things have come out to be a little different than I expected, and a little better, a little worse. But so far, I'm very happy with the Duke. It's been fun. I've been commuting on it, and I always show up with a smile on my face no matter how cold I am. Yeah, very pleased. I'm really happy that my boyfriend got a big bike. Now he can do big bikes and gromming. Put the crash bars on it. They look legit. Yeah, check out those sweet crash bars. They're really cool. I like them a lot. This bike has a lot of personality. If you like personality and you don't mind a little vibration and some weirdness, this bike, you really can't beat it. It's a fun ass little thing. Very playful. Makes you want to be naughty. But if you like something more standard from Yamaha, known to be reliable, triple, it's a little different, a little heavier, a little more power. The FZ-09 is a really nice bike. I have no problems with it. I think the Duke suits me a little more. I kind of like out of the ordinary, not so easy to ride or drive stuff. Everybody's asleep, man. See how long it took everybody to go? Wow, it's a beautiful sky. Would you just look at it? So pretty. You really have to stop and enjoy the small things. That's just gorgeous.